Mr. Studer had a complete education for electromechanical devices, namely tape machines, the allotment of tape machines. But already in the 50s, he was approached by public broadcasters, but he could not get involved in the design of mixing consoles. So already in 1954, a first prototype, the Studer 54E, was designed, followed by the first commercially available mixer, the Studer 69 mixer in 1955. The mixing console business became a very important part of Studer's business.
In 1958, Willy Studer delivered this mixing console to the Swiss Broadcasting Corporation in its Bern studio. Back then, I assisted in fitting this console into their new spacious OB van, where two Studer B30 tape recorders found their place as well. Later on, I often did recordings and broadcasts in this vehicle. In wintertime, it was very cozy in there, since the vacuum tube-equipped fader cassettes brought the surface to a comfortable temperature. In summer, however, especially if the sun shone onto the black surface, one could easily get one's fingers burnt.
A very successful mixing console series was introduced, and that was the 089. And the 089 had already a very interesting modular concept with many special components designed by Studer, and also it used Studer-designed faders. These consoles were used by a great many broadcasting studios, theaters, concert venues around the globe, and many classical recordings were made with these desks.
I joined the company as head of mixing consoles and studio construction right when the development of the 089 series console was completed. It was no more possible to burn one's fingers on it, since the hot tubes had been replaced by cool transistors. Swiss Radio played a pioneering role with this console too, by ordering the first 10 units right away. The 089 console stood out with its high reliability and great rigidity. The massive aluminium cast frame resisted even the most demanding outside tasks. Due to its success, batch production was introduced quickly. During the best years, more than 100 consoles were sold annually.
Quality and serviceability of Studer's product was always a very important ingredient of the design. But innovation was already very early on a tremendous factor in Studer engineering, which is very well shown here with this Studer-designed quadro potentiometer, quadro panner, already used in the 70s on the 089 mixers for quadraphonic recordings. Soon after the introduction of the 089 series of consoles, the same technology was then also used in the larger frame consoles, the 189, 289 and 389 mixers from Studer. These large frame consoles already were highly customized and suited very well the applications in broadcasting around the globe, and the product was very well received indeed. Another important chapter in Studer's mixing console history was started when the 169 mixer, portable mixer, was introduced in 1976, which then was followed by the 269 mixer very shortly thereafter. Several thousand of these mixers have been installed around the globe and were used for portable applications like recordings, remote recordings, but also they were used in small recording studios or in video editing suites as sound mixers for video productions. In the late 70s, Studer introduced yet another portable mixer, the Studer 069, and this mixer was specifically made to cover sports events. It had a built-in telephone, so the commentator could get in contact with the studio. Then, in 1985, the very famous 169, 269 mixers were succeeded by the 961, 962 portable mixers, which were built all the way until the year 2007.
The first console of the 900 series was launched in 1982. Thanks to two different frame sizes that could be combined in any order, consoles with 8 up to 64 input channels and 2 to 24 buses could be assembled according to the customer's demand. Apart from that, talkback, control and signaling circuits were individually developed. Special frame forms such as angled consoles or this console made for Rai with a monitor screen demanded for additional development work that usually paid off thanks to subsequent orders. At the end of the 80s, more than 50 consoles of the 900 series were used in Italy alone. One could find them not only in broadcast houses, but also in TV studios. As a prime contractor, our company completely equipped several broadcast houses in Abu Dhabi in northern Africa and in different other countries in the Middle East. Studer's studio engineering department delivered everything from microphones to loudspeakers, from editing desks to the master control room. This led to worldwide commercial success. 1995 startete die Entwicklung des digitalen Großen. Development of the first large-format digital mixing console, D950, started in 1995. The user surface of this console consists only of control elements, displays and indicators. The audio signal processing is performed by a separate core equipped with input and output interfaces and the signal processor modules. This concept allows some significant advantages. The complete console status can be saved and retrieved by just pressing a key, but also dynamic sequences like the mixdown of music recordings may be saved and corrected repeatedly until a perfect version is achieved. If needed, the core can be operated from different user surfaces optimized for a certain task. The next commercial breakthrough was accomplished in 2004 when the Vista mixer family was introduced. Console operation with the Vistonics user interface is unique. The controls are directly attached to a touch-sensitive flat screen. The graphical feedback on the screen shows the currently set value next to the corresponding control. The design concept of the Vista family can be used for different applications, as in recording studios, theaters, for TV production, or even live PA systems. The continued development is a basis for further worldwide success. Thanks to new components, the core became more compact and powerful. As the basis for the Route 6000, it can also be used as a central routing and distribution center at the heart of radio and TV broadcast houses.
In the late 80s and the 90s, private broadcasting was introduced in the world, and the way a console was operated in a radio station was changed drastically. Studer responded to these new needs with an On-Air 2000 digital mixing console, which boasted a new operating paradigm, and a touch and action operating concept was introduced, which proved to be extremely successful in the world market.
More than 1,000 On-Air 2000 broadcast mixing consoles have been manufactured and found their way into radio stations worldwide. This successful model was later replaced and extended by On-Air 1000, On-Air 2500, and On-Air 3000. Millions of radio broadcasts in countless radio studios across the world are produced on our extremely reliable equipment. Thanks to the diversity of user-friendly and technologically leading products, Willi Studer's old dream of a studio engineering department remains true even today.